Hey guys, this is Blue Eyes Master 91, and I thought I would do a couple of quick test hands for my main Blue Eyes deck profile. So let's dive on in. Cool. I'm gonna say that we'd likely go second because that's what I tend to pick. We draw into an imperm, so that's kind of cool. We'll wait on that. We can reveal to special. We can use the melody. Not what I need to have happen right now. Sorry, I'm rearranging stuff. So the melody to search. Since it really doesn't matter what we search out, we'd grab a second normal Blue Eyes and the Jet Dragon. Now this puts us in a situation that is very favorable, because now we can use Alternative's ability to pop a monster on the field. With that done, we now have the fortunate situation where we can play Polymerization right off the bat to fuse two Blue Eyes with the alternative on the field for the ultimate alternative dragon. Changes I am thinking about doing with this deck, or for the extra deck rather, is a second copy of ultimate alternative dragon. Be very easy to get out, especially with Ultimate Fusion shuffling and the Abyss Dragon able to search the polymerization. Other changes, I'm not really sure. I haven't thought too much about it. And then we would end with the, or we would proceed into battle by setting a card face down, and then we would attack with our 4,500 attacking monster. The end of the turn, during the end phase, our Stone's effect activates, allowing us to fetch our Abyss Dragon. Now we can summon him in defense, and his effects activate. We don't have another polymerization in the deck, but we do have one more Blue Eyes and one more alternative. We would add the alternative to hand. That said, it would now be our opponent's turn. I don't think the opponent would be able to do too much. They might kill off our Abyss Dragon, which isn't a big deal. And because the monster was killed, we get our Jet Dragon. So now it's our draw. We get our bingo machine, which we don't really need at the moment. We can then banish our stone to return the original Blue Eyes to our hand. We can reveal it to special out our Jet Dragon. Or, not Jet, but Alternative. We can use Alternative's effect to pop a monster. We can now overlay into Dragluvian. Dragluvian allows us to detach, to go into Numeron Dragon. Now, we cannot use anyone to attack except Numeron Dragon, which is fine. Ultimate Alternative Dragon allows us 3 pops. So we can wipe the board. Detach, putting him at 9,000, and then swing for game. Now that's one option. And that is by far the fastest way to get a quick win in with this deck. Because then you can also, at the end of the turn, Actually, no, you couldn't because Zeus wouldn't be able to be summoned. So that's just one way to play the deck. There are others, obviously. Let's see if I can get a different hand set up. Generally, if I don't go into Numeron Dragon, I would banish the the Abyss, buffing my Ultimate Dragon up to 55, and thus being able to spend even more time having a bigger beat stick on board. We'd have a 9k for a turn and a 55 permanent. Now this is not a very, very good hand. Not in the least. And that's not a great draw. So what I would do is I would hard ditch the Ash. It hurts to do that, but it's the only way to fix this hand. And then I would have the alternative and the original in our hand. I can then special alternative by revealing Blue Eyes, and then I can use Trade-In to draw 2. Now this is a nice looking hand. I can use Silver's Cry to revive Blue Eyes. I can normal out my stone. Or I can use Melody. Either one, well, I would use Melody. So I would get a second Blue Eyes and our copy of my Jet Dragon. Now I could go into Numeron Dragon again and cause a lot of trouble. I didn't realize how very consistent this deck was. I haven't run it at my tournament or my locals yet. That probably will happen in a few weeks once I change out these sleeves. These sleeves, I wouldn't want to take these sleeves to a tournament because they are so ripped up. Now, depending on how many monsters our opponent has on the field, we could steal a monster with Change of Heart. And then we can either pop a monster with alternative or simply swing. I say swing. And on the end of the turn, just like last time, Stone activates. Except unlike last time, we have Polymerization still in the deck. So we can summon out Abyss Dragon. Its 2 effects then activate simultaneously. We can add Polymerization. And what else? Oh, Chaos Dragon Levianeer, since it is a level 8 dragon. Actually thinking about it a little bit more now, I might return Shen Shen into this deck. Not because it's, super vital for the deck, but because it would allow me to have a level, one, it'd be a level 9 Synchro Monster, which is great. And then I can constantly return stuff that's banished back into the graveyard. And with decks like Grand Maju and all of that, or even Number Eater, Being able to return stuff that's banished is always good to have. So that would be our end turn. And then we'd have whatever monster we stole would be returned. So our opponents would have to find a way around what we have. They might be able to, they might not, depending on what they play and what they draw. Let's say they can only get rid of Abyss Dragon. That should have been said a while. So it would be our turn. We would draw. I would immediately set. And then I could go with our Dragon Shrine. Now, Shrine is a fun card. Because we can pitch a card in our in our deck, and if it happens to be a normal monster, we can pitch another monster. So, with this card in particular, I generally would go with Stone of Ancient if you really need to. If you draw into it and send something, that's what I would do. It's far more useful, I think, to be done that way. We then use Alternative's Effect, followed by the Polymerization in our hand to fuse together. Once again, we have Ultimate Dragon. However, he will have the 5,500 attack. Now here comes the hard part. To summon out Chaos Dragon Levianeer, we need to banish 3 monsters. And while we can do that by banishing 3 lights, we have no way to recycle those monsters. So that is where having Shen Shen is a blessing, because we're able to recycle what we banish. So, instead, I would banish a stone to recycle Blue Eyes. We still get the other stone's effect, and then I would attack with my 55 Beat Stick, ending the turn. And because it is the end phase, Stone's effect, letting me special summon it has to be a Blue Eyes monster, never mind. A copy of Jet Dragon. And that would basically be a very hard board to break. I know there are decks that can, but this is a very, very fun deck. I would be very confident using it in my locals. Yeah, I'd be very, very confident using this at locals, or even to a lesser extent a regionals tournament. I don't think it's quite powerful enough to really merit a trip to a regional, but it'd be something I'd be comfortable with considering in any case. But that is it for this test stand video. I will catch you guys later.